over, but there was none. She didn't know what the hell this road project was about, but her car was pinned in between the barrels, which seemed to be taking her through a maze. The swirl of lights and painted lines in the wrong places on the road only made it harder to thread the needle. She bumped up against one of the barrels on her right side, and the car jerked back and forth a bit before she steadied the wheel. All she had to do was make it home. Her exit was up ahead, though it was difficult to spot the turnoff among the sea of orange markers. She'd drink a gallon of water, down a couple ibuprofen, and head straight to bed. No detour to the laptop. No opening Jackie's email again. When a concrete barrier materialized before her out of thin air, she slammed on the brake with both feet. She heard the roaring squeal of tires, felt the violent resistance of her old Toyota as the seatbelt dug into her chest and shoulder. But she knew it was too late. Another Dennyism came to her. You have fucked this up on a grand scale. Then she slammed into concrete, and everything went black. Chapter 2. Denny. You have fucked this up on a grand scale, he told himself. He was staring at the spreadsheets and statements that comprised the pub's financials. No real purpose in doing that. Glaring at them some more with his hands shoved in his hair was not going to intimidate the numbers into changing from red to black. The sun hadn't risen yet. The only light came from the stained glass pendant chandelier hanging above the kitchen table, which was dimmed to a medium glow. He'd given up on sleep an hour before. He could only stare at the ceiling for so long. After making a pot of sludgy coffee, Teresa usually made the coffee, and he hadn't gotten it right since she left him 4 days ago, he decided to take another look at the ledger, see if he could finagle the loan payment that was months past due from some hidden reserve he'd overlooked. But as his mother used to say, you can't get blood from a stone, son. He jumped when his cell phone rang in the 4:26 a.m. silence and assumed it was Jackie. Middle-of-the-night calls from his younger brother were not unheard of, though Jackie only called him as a last resort when he was out of options for a ride home and too far or too shit-faced to walk. Denny would never say no, but Jackie would have to sit through a gnarly lecture about growing the fuck up the whole drive home. He grabbed the buzzing phone before it woke anyone else. Yeah? When the crisp male voice on the other end asked if he was Mr. Dennis Brennan, his gut twisted. It wasn't Jackie. But maybe it was another collect call from Westchester County Corrections informing him that Jackie had been arrested again. He sat up straighter while he confirmed his identity to the caller. Mr. Brennan, this is Officer Becker with the LAPD. I'm calling about Ms. Sunday Brennan. There's a card in her wallet that identifies you as her emergency contact. A low ringing started in Denny's ears. He didn't have time to be relieved about Jackie. Yeah? He swallowed. She's my sister. Mr. Brennan, your sister was in a car accident tonight. Looks like she's going to be okay, but she's on her way to Cedars-Sinai. Denny took a breath. What happened? She hit a median barrier on the highway and flipped her car. Fortunately, she was wearing her seatbelt, and no one else was involved. But she's all right? Appears so. She was conscious and talking at the scene. She was damn lucky. Flipped her car? Jesus. When was the last time he even talked to Sunday? Probably last Christmas when she called and they each took a quick turn saying hello to her. She only bothered to check in a few times a year. I don't recognize this area code, Becker said. Are you in California? No, I live in New York. He glanced around the large, cluttered kitchen, laid his hand flat on the thick trestle table as if to confirm where he was. Is there someone here in LA that can get to the hospital and check on her? They had no family out there. He didn't know any of her friends, didn't even know if she had a boyfriend. It's not like she kept them informed. I don't really know much about her life out there. I'm not sure who can check on her. Well, maybe you or another family member should get out here. Something sounding like judgment had crept into Becker's voice. Denny was tempted to describe how much he had on his plate,